ya no sabes lo que pasa.
El primer verso, papi.
Yeah. Lo que manda aquí la clave.
Welcome. Bienvenidos, family. It's your host, Big Will, host of Expat to Panama. And I just wanted to give everyone a shout out for joining us today for this Expat to Panama live session. We're going to be walking the Cinta Costera. Folks, this is my first major live stream like this to both platforms, Facebook and YouTube. So give me just a second. I'm trying to get the environment nice and lovely for all the guests here. Here we go. So thank you for joining us today. Sorry for the view. I can see myself. I know my image is blacked out, but you're not going to be looking at me. You're going to be looking at the Cinta Costera, so that's fine. Let me go ahead and get this thing started so you can see what you came to see. So I want to make sure you saw the entire walk. That's me with that GoPro harness on. Y'all can see. You know, I look like I'm sacrificing my aesthetics to bring you this hot content. So you can get to see the whole thing, elevator ride, to the walkway and whatnot. Oh, I already got some content. Get to that. Oh, good morning, Vicky. Good morning. Thank you so much. Buenos dias. How's the weather where you are? Thank you. Blessings to you too. Thank you for joining us this morning. So this is walking out the building. Can everyone hear me over the music okay? So that's happening. Part of my mission here is to always feel thank you. Okay, can you hear me better now? Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. High tempo. Yes, it is. We say that every day. That's just the real part of living here. So I hit the button across the street. So all I had to do was wait. You see, I got plenty of time, and there's handicap accessibility on this block. Now, folks don't think that is something that's common in Panama. You're not going to see that in all places. Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you, Vicky. So, folks can hear me. I'll speak up a little bit too. I'll try. Me and my wife are sharing the same room while we work. So, at different areas or different spots. Oh, look, the weather's great here in Gorgona. Nice. Y'all know we used to live in Gorgona. I mean, the weather can be different between Gorgona, the beaches in the city. The beaches are protected by those mountain ranges. Called the dry arc. So yes, you do get more rain in the city, no doubt. we're with Clear Skies too. You know, all full disclosure, this is pre-recorded because I didn't want any accidents. The last time I went live during a walk, people couldn't hear me because of my headphones and all that good stuff. So I wanted to take all that out of the equation and be able to address your comments. But yes, you're going to see me messing with my cell phone in a second. I'm going to be so floored with the beauty, I'm going to have to stop and take a picture as I cross the bridge. So you can see that. There we go. So now you're looking at Punta Pacifica, where the skyscrapers go off to the right. It's a different neighborhood. Then you're also looking at, downtown Panama City, El Congreo. That's Costa Viejo in that direction. Anna, you're very welcome, no doubt about it. We want to be able to share our experiences and help people see what we see. Everybody's got their own personal taste and desires. We're not saying that this is for everyone. If this resonates with you, we want to share what it's going to be like because we were hungry for this kind of information when we were doing our research. So you just got a glimpse of Costa Viejo coming around this bridge. Hola. That's where we live. So very safe. That's the way to do it, Tombstone. Y'all see that? That's the way to do it. That's when you really get into it. I ain't aiming at Tombstone. You would do that from all heart with technology, no doubt. Yes. Deanna, thank you so much for asking that. So I meant to put out a completely separate video on doing that. Depends on what if you just want to support the channel, I was doing memberships through YouTube. That was kind of cumbersome because it's a monthly subscription and, I ain't trying to hit y'all in the pockets, on a monthly basis. Just, a love donation. I'm a preacher's kid. I'm all about the love offerings. Let me go ahead and put some people on the exits with some buckets so y'all can leave a love offering on the way out. Yeah. If you want to do something like that, just to contribute, because I am a one-man show. It takes a lot of time to put together content and edit it, produce it, and get it out. Make sure you're not getting people mad at you and all that good stuff. Yeah, if you love the support, I'd really, really, really appreciate that. I'm going to put my Cash App in the chat. So the entire walkway is 5 kilometers from Cinta. That was a good question there. Oh, I can't type the fuck at the same time. All right, hopefully everyone can see that. YouTube, Cash App is Black Secure 1. Please, all means, become sponsors, help us pay for some of these events that we go to. And I'm going to show it to you, so you get to see what it's about. Man, this will be heaven for you, Tombstone. 5 miles a day. 5 kilometers. You're going to have some leftover. You're going to go off for some calories up there yourself. But the scenery is going to be great. There's exercise stations along the way. You can stop and push up, sit up. All kinds of different workout stations. We also see vendors along the way. I don't know if we're going to see any on this episode. I can't remember, but you know, they got their little umbrella bicycle carts and they're selling smoothies, fruit, and good stuff for breakfast, ice water, Gatorade. Yes, it is. It's weird. Every day, even on the rainy days, every day we're like, what? This is where we live. Okay. You know, we were in Maryland, up in Marlboro, right outside DC. I'm not saying that we didn't see some nice things. We didn't see this. Oh yeah, I could do that for the viewers. Let me put that on the video. That's the cash up. For the love our folks. I'm also in the process of putting the finishing touches on my website, folks. So we'll have a landing page for all things Big Will TV. And there may be memberships coming in the future that way. I know Cash App is kind of iffy for some folks. You know, everybody's got their own personal risk tolerance. So, from the area. We're on the way, young. We're on the way. College Park. Actually, I'm sorry. That was my Atlanta College Park. College Park. We're here. Winnadia. So on a typical day, it's going to be about 84 to 86, 70 degrees. The city does get more humid than the beaches. That's why we chose to make sure we were going to live in an area, the city that had access to lots of breezes. We wanted to be on the exterior, facing the breezes coming in, as opposed to on the interior where you can't feel the wind. But, you know, very rarely does it get to 90 here. So all that heat wave we've been witnessing, folks back home going through, nah, not having any of that. Bienvenidos to those who have joined us. We are live on both Facebook and YouTube. Thanks all for joining. Big Will, as you can see, taking questions and comments. So, very good question. So let's talk about that. Thank you. Rainy season. October, November, the best time to visit. So, rainy season here, I think it officially goes from late December to September, October. Oh, yes. That's when, you know, the dry season begins. So, dry season is just basically postcard picture perfect days every day. Like in this scene you see now, take away the clouds closest to the skyline. You may have some upper level clouds. Now be it. That's dry season. What you're seeing now was taken during rainy season. I took this a few days ago. So rainy season really just means you're going to get rain at some point in time during the day or most days. There are some days without rain, but usually it's just a shower passing through 30 minutes, maybe an hour. Everything goes back to normal. Very few washout rain days here. Just few washouts. Thank you so much for the love, Tombstone. Yes. Gotta pay homage to the YouTube analytics. Hit the like button. Hopefully everybody subscribe. Share it with folks on Facebook or Instagram or something. Tell a neighbor you like to pass New Age. Raise your hand if you got a pastor that will say this. Touch your neighbor and tell them. My dad didn't do that. He wasn't hip like that. He was old school. I think I don't mean to offend any pastors on out there, y'all. This is just Big Will's personal opinions. No one has to subscribe to this. I think that's just a device to make sure people are awake. I'm like, it's your job to keep me awake. Anyway. You see, it's very pleasant. People just jogging by, walking by. To the left, you can see one of the children's areas. They have several areas dedicated to hot lots. So this is the point of the walk where I started feeling a little bad about myself because the woman with the stroller passed me. But then, you know what? Who cares? I'm out there doing my thing. So while y'all look at this, let me give some updates for folks who've heard about the protests that have been happening here in Panama, and in some fashion are still ongoing. I think there's one scheduled for Wednesday, as a matter of fact. But about a month ago, the teachers union decided to go on strike and protest their low wages and inability to be able to, provide basic sustenance for themselves. And the protest grew very quickly. Other unions, in solidarity with the teachers, also went on strike. So within maybe a week or so, what you had were 6 or 7 of the major unions here in Panama all striking and engaging in acts of civil disobedience, including shutting down roadways. And they shut down the Pan American Highway, which is the Pan American version of the interstate. And, that's how you get to Costa Rica. That's the pipeline for commerce going north into the Americas. There is no road to Colombia. There is no road to South America. You have to take a boat or a plane. And you can walk to Darien Gap if you want to. A lot of people died doing that. A lot of people trying to get to the States, as a matter of fact, have to cross, coming from South America. They have to walk through that. Very treacherous. But anyway, the protests, we got a chance to witness the protests up close, y'all. Let me put this disclaimer out there. I very much respect the fact that the Panamanian government does not want foreigners to get involved in the protest. And I am in no way out there holding signs or, rooting people on. What I'm about to share is my personal opinion. I vibe with what they're doing. It was surreal witnessing, what I would call a revolution firsthand. It was just, touching to me. I'm about a person. I was raised in protests. My dad was the civil rights era. He participated in that. He's a pastor, so black church. He was typically the first call in North Carolina in our town when something happened. I grew up meeting a lot of the civil rights icons. I get it. I went to Morehouse following Dr. King. I'm about it. I've marched with Black Lives Matter, Dinner 6, whatever. If there's a cause, I'll be out in the streets with you. So I definitely vibe with what the Panamanians were doing. But the thing that I love the most is that they were successful. And they were successful because of the solidarity that was shown. It was nationwide. And within a few weeks, they got the government to cave to their demands. And like I said, it started with the teachers and the living wage, the cost of food. So they have something here called a basic food basket, which is just a list of foods that an average family should be able to afford, and there's a certain price point for that per month. Y'all, if I'm getting any of this wrong, feel free to correct me. I'm not trying to say I'm an expert. I'm just trying to relate what I think I saw and read over the past few weeks and translated from Spanish. And the basic food basket price was too high, and they wanted relief on that. Prescription meds were too high. They wanted relief on that. Y'all stop me if any of this doesn't sound familiar to you, because I'm pretty sure it does. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing Americans complain about too: low wages, food costs, prescription medicines, and gas prices. Gas prices was the big thing. So the government capitulated after a few weeks of these peaceful protests. And now the gas price here, to address this question just came in, the gas price here is capped at $3.25 per gallon. That's for Panamanians or residents. So you have to have a cedula, a Panamanian ID card, in order to get that discount. But it's capped at $3.25. So y'all, Panama uses the same exact gas that you use. All of the gas here is imported from the U.S. already refined. They don't have refineries here, so they're buying it aftermarket, just like you guys are. And you know what your prices are. So they were selling it at comparable prices here, but they got the government to agree to subsidize the gasoline at $3.25. So that's huge. That's a huge lesson. They've also reduced the price in other places, so there's still some ongoing talks. It's not finished yet. That's why there's supposed to be a protest on Wednesday. I think it's not the whole 6 or 7 unions, but one of them. Not just unions. I'm sorry, I was remiss. There were several indigenous tribes who were also involved in the negotiations. So, and no doubt, Tombstone, no doubt, Americans could learn an awful lot from Panamanians. And before we move on, let me address this one. So, yeah, I saw that happening. I'm a member of a lot of expat groups here on Facebook to network and get information, and all that. And typically in the groups that had a lot of Europeans in it, we saw complaining about the protesters. In our chat groups, I run a Black Secure chat group here, people from the city and from the beach. It was all love. It was all love. You didn't see any of that, but yeah, you did see a few people in the same complaints, no doubt. All right, Buenos dias, Tony. So yes, it's very easy to find an apartment here. There's a lot of available properties. Most of those buildings and skyscrapers you're looking at are residential buildings. And, the city has more occupancy than the beaches do. But I still would hazard to guess that the city is operating maybe 90% occupancy, 80% in some places. There's some buildings that have a ton of vacancies in it, so it shouldn't be hard. Now, finding the listings is different here. They don't have like Realtor.com or anything like that, but there is their version of Craigslist. I'm going to put this in the chat because I don't want to butcher the pronunciation. I always butcher it. Here we go. All right, folks. On screen, you can see a website. I'll leave it up there for a second so you can get that note. That's their version of Craigslist. You can find all kinds of listings there. Apartments, real estate for sale, real estate for lease, all over the nation. You can find cars. We found our car there. We found our apartments there. We've lived in 3 apartments. 2 of them we found using this. One of them we used a real estate agent on, and when she sent us the listing, it was a listing from this. So there you have it. That's how you're going to find your property. You're welcome, Donata, Tony. Let me move on here. Yes. Thank you for the shout out. Charlotte is a wonderful person. You know, we owe her a lot too because we learned a lot about Panama before we got here from that Black Expats in Panama Facebook group. We already had a network in place when we came for our site visit. I already knew several people the first time we came here because of that Facebook group. So it's tremendous. It short-circuited a lot of the learning curve for us, to say the least. Very, very appreciative of what Charlotte put together, and thank you so much for putting me and her in the same sentence. There's wifey. So you see, everybody's just out there getting their walks in. You know, she gets it in. She walks further and faster than I do. Big Will is working on it. He's working on it. One day I'll catch up. Maybe getting close to the midway point. So I do a 4-kilometer hike, y'all. You see me wiping my forehead because it's humid and the sun was out, but it's freezing. Felt good. Up, I can see the Hilton Casino to the left, that gold-plated. That's one of the landmarks. So I'm almost to my halfway point. So that was it about the protest. And then city life is definitely different than being out on the beaches. So the beaches are lovely. No doubt about it. We had a great time. We were very thankful for the lifestyle at the beach. It was laid back. We got a chance to decompress from, 40, 50 years of life in the U.S. We got a chance to go to a place where we could get through the day and not have to speak Spanish in order to do certain things. It was a soft landing. We were learning halfway. Give me just a second here. That one's, I'm just had to do this in chunks. Hey. All right. There we go. All right, the return trip. Going back to the beach, oh my God, it was peaceful. We had never lived at the beach before, so I was all in tune with the sound of the waves and nature's heartbeat, and I swear those waves are hypnotic, just putting us to sleep. It was a transformative experience being out there. That said, we love city life. We're just city people. That's okay. A lot of people want to make it a competition, and I don't feel like it's a competition. It's just, we're Goldilocks. We're all Goldilocks in our own way. We gotta find the right storage, the right size bed, and everything that's right for us. We're gonna go visit our folks back at the beach. We're gonna have good times with our folks back at the beach. So Panama City is an hour and 15-minute drive to the beach area, to the main beach area. It depends on where you're talking about. So let me go there. We lived in Gorgona, which is right next to Coronado. That's Panama West Bay. That's on the Pacific coastline. That's most, when people talk about the beaches, most of the time that's what we're talking about. It also goes all the way down to Playa Venal and some other beach areas. But there's also an Atlantic coast here. So it's both oceans here, Pacific and Atlantic. We're actually closer to the Atlantic beaches now. The beaches in Cologne and Portobello. It's a different beach, it's a different vibe, it's a different ocean. Pacific Ocean, the water is rougher, it's more for surfing, it's greener. The Atlantic side, beaches are more white, powder sand, like you see in the DR. The water is crystal clearer in most places, and it's softer. It's not that surfing rough stuff. You can actually swim in it or back float in it and do all that stuff. There's also islands all over the place. So there's an island beach, beaches, that is the 20-minute ferry ride from us. We can easily do day trips to Tobago. Y'all need to check out the Juneteenth catamaran cruise that Big Will TV and Black Expats in Panama with Sheila Van Horn put together. That's on this channel. Check out that video because on that catamaran cruise, we took people to Tobago Island for a beach day. So if you live in the city, you still have access to beaches. And that's just one of them. There's Conadora Island and there's Pearl Island, which are also quick ferry rides away. Pearl Island is famous from Survivor. That's where the Survivor crew went out. So plenty of beaches. My man Tombstone. Wifey's request. I get it. It's nice out there, no doubt about it. Now, for us, this again is personal opinion. For us, one of the factors was when we came to Panama, we wanted to embrace ourselves in Panamanian culture and food, music, dancing, everything. There are Panamanians that live out in Panama West, no doubt. When we moved to Gorgona, we actually were living more amongst Panamanians than we were in Coronado, living inside the gate. Inside the gate was mainly expat, no doubt about it, except for the weekends when all the Panamanians come out. But for your day-to-day living, Monday through Thursday, it's going to be expat heavy inside the gate. In Gorgona, you can live with Panamanians, but if you're in a high rise like we were, you're still mainly amongst expats. So, I used to walk the neighborhoods. Y'all seen the video. I would go talk to people, play pickleball for a while, met some Panamanians doing all that. So, it's just a different vibe. The restaurants out there are geared more towards expats. So, you're going to see menus in English, no Spanish. The staff typically is going to speak English. And the music is going to reflect that too. One of our favorite places, we love soft rock. I was just like, sometimes I would sit there like, when I see palm trees, can I get some, can I get some flips or anything? It's so good. So that was just us. That's personal. These are personal views. I'm not saying that people have to live by these views. If you have different views, by all means, express them. Here's a good question. Thank you, Temple. You're welcome. Bienvenidos. So yes, shortly after getting here, we noticed our sleep cycle. We weren't waking up in the middle of the night like we used to in the States. We felt more rested. We were living in a beach resort, so it's going on a beach vacation, but doing it every single day. There's all the benefits that are going to come with that. The less stress, not having to deal with the daily microaggressions, and now a year into it, I can still see it improving because I'm consciously not consuming as much U.S. news. I'm not internalizing all of that daily black trauma porn that CNN and MSNBC and everybody else love to give to you. So being outside of that just makes life better and less stressful. I hope that makes sense. Blood pressure going down, eating better. The foods here are typically not as processed as they are in the States. You're not getting as many preservatives. So there was a period of time, though, and this is important for when you're looking for units and the units come fully furnished. Y'all need to still negotiate, do your research, find out what fully furnished means. If you can, come see the unit and test the stuff out yourself. Fully furnished means different things to different people. So our first unit was quote unquote fully furnished. However, the bed was horrible and all the couches were horrible. I mean, they tried. Well, he tried to decorate the place, but the bed had slats missing. There was, like a dip on my side. So I started experiencing back pain and my shoulder pain started getting worse. And I didn't know what was happening. It was serious. Over a period of like 2 or 3 weeks, y'all, I was deteriorating. I wasn't going anywhere, and it was getting depressing. So I went to the doctor. They thought I had sciatica and all kinds of stuff. They sent me for MRIs. I was getting epidural injections. I had to do 4 days worth of injections. So all it was fun. And all of that was related to the furniture. As soon as we changed apartments and got to better furniture and got off the bumpy road, that's another thing. That road in Coronado is bumpy. It's got to be the bumpiest road in there, no doubt. I don't know how cars survive. I know I was getting tire and brake maintenance on a regular. That road, I didn't like driving. It was painful. But as soon as we changed that paradigm, everything got instantly better. So it wasn't Panama killing; it was the roads and the furniture. So now we learn. We sit in furniture. I'll go lay in your bed for the call. No shame in my game. Let me see. Catch up on some of these comments, y'all. All right. Hola, Rudy. Thanks for participating. Let's see. You're going to be in Panama next May. Look forward to meeting. Rudy, yes. Okay, so thank you for bringing me back to one of the things I'm going to be offering. Outside of just being, sponsors of the channel, I'm going to offer direct one-on-one consultations with people. You get an hour to video chat with me and find out exactly the best way to get in touch. Not only with me, but with how to meet other people or whatever kind of questions you have. If you have questions about real estate, you want to be put in contact with some people here, I can do that for you. You're coming down and you want to know where to stay or you want to take some ideas off of me. Whatever your fancy is, I'm going to be offering these one-on-one consultations with folks. It'll be done through WhatsApp primarily. So get your WhatsApp now. If you're coming here to Panama, you need that anyway. The world here runs off of WhatsApp. You can order pizza off of it. You'll schedule your doctor's appointments off of it. You'll schedule your car service. Everybody here uses WhatsApp. The whole planet uses WhatsApp. I know some people in the U.S. use it, but just trying to be preaching. But I'm telling you, coming to Panama, you need to have that WhatsApp. But the video chats will be WhatsApp, and people will be able to schedule their own times. I'm going to be using a scheduling service that I'll put all this in a video. So stay tuned for all of this. Hopefully this week. But you'll be able to schedule yourself all this service. You don't even need to contact me to schedule this. Open up the calendar, find an appointment, boom. And those sessions are going to be it's the fee for service. So $50 a pop. You get 1 hour. Come ready to ask me questions and plug into my brain, download as much as you can, and then if you need follow up after that, you can talk about doing updates or whatever the case may be. So I want to be a resource. I want to be as helpful as possible to people following the same path. I also need people to understand that we are still doing things here. We both still work. We both do other things. So that's why I'm using the service to schedule those types of consultations. And we can find out, you can find out everything that there is to know. But for right now, Rudy, hit me up on YouTube. You can leave comments. I do check my YouTube comments, at least probably twice a week at this point. So it won't take long for me to get back in contact with you. And then I also have an Instagram account. I think that's Big Billy Style. Let me check it to make sure I get the right account. Veronica Vina, you're very welcome. All right, that's my Instagram. What do you call it? ID. I'm showing my age. Y'all used to work for PR Newswire. I actually used to teach the government about social media and everything. But I also was learning a lot. I was the only person dealing with the government. Everybody else was facing, brands like Gap and hotel chains and all that. So I was the oldest person amongst my peers, and they were teaching me all this stuff. I think TikTok came up in that time period. They were like, "This is an app where you," I felt like a granddad. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. This is my first time doing it like this, so hopefully everybody's enjoyed the way it works. I had to learn to stop trying to do this while I was walking and trying to puff and puff and see the comments coming in. Now it's a lot easier. I gotta admit, I'm sitting here at a laptop watching it along with you guys. So if you like this, give me a thumbs up. You can keep doing it, or I can keep going out there. Yeah. Thank you, Tombstone. I appreciate it. Yeah, so content development, the music. Glad y'all brought that up. I constantly have to find new music to put on the show and channel because YouTube doesn't let you use anything with a copyright. So I can't use Santana or Gloria Estefan or Mark Anthony or anything. Some of this hot soca I'm listening to or merengue, anything they recognize, they'll shut it down in a heartbeat. Yeah. Constantly on a hunt, trying to feed the beast. And y'all, I ain't gonna lie to you. A year ago when I started this YouTube show, it was all about just answering questions from my friends and family. I had no idea it was going to blow up like this. I'm thankful, no doubt. I'm very, very thankful. Very grateful. Humble. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I didn't see that coming. It takes hours to put this stuff together. I've been working on this one for about a week and a half. Just getting an hour's worth of footage off of my GoPro camera and into a format where you can see. I had to upload this thing and download it. And I will say this, at the beach we had wireless cable, fiber optic, That was the fastest Wi-Fi I've ever had in my life. Yeah, that includes DMV. We had Fios to the DMV. I was uploading hour-long episodes, 2 or 3 minutes there. But now, I'm back to 20 minutes for an upload on a 15-minute show. It's great for work, but once you start taking pictures and drone photography in 4K, that's a lot of data. But I love doing it. I love doing it. I think about it every time I'm out there and I see this view. This view does not get old. At least it hasn't gotten old. It's been a month. It hasn't gotten old yet. Talk to me in a year. The view at the beach didn't get old, so I don't anticipate this one getting old. I still love the beach view. Oh man, we need to talk about that when we get here. It's definitely a grind, y'all. So give it up for your YouTube people, folks who watch my show. I'm sure you guys watch Alonzo and chosen few expats. He's a great guy. He lived on it. We were neighbors. We were kicking it. And yes, he's still here. He's still around. And I believe he's coming back with some stuff. I know they took a nice trip. And we got a lot of content from that trip. So I'm sure he'll be bringing it to you guys. You also know my girl Aisha. I vibe with Aisha greatly. You guys have seen us together on previous videos. And looking at my watch, she will be living down the street from us in just about 10 days. So I'm looking forward to that. V-Girl. I had to meet V-Girl TV. I have not met her yet. We're in the city. We're going to look for V-Girl and meet her. I haven't met Adventure Rich yet either. I'm sure these are all people that you all guys see in the case. We were watching Alonzo. We were watching Aisha. We were watching Adventure Rich, just like you do. Thanks for the love, Hannah. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the love. All right, I can tell this got about 5 more minutes left. All right, good question. I was just talking with my wife about this today, and it was something so small and mundane. I can't even remember what it was. All right, but first thing is people, family, and friends. Yes, I miss folks dearly. We've been here a year. We have not been back yet. We are planning to go back at some point before this year is out. But every time we schedule a trip back, something happens in the U.S. that scares us. And, monkeypox. that didn't help. But with the people, we miss the people. After that, there are a few things that we miss. We got stuff in storage, and when we moved here, like y'all, we weren't sure if this was going to work. So we had a plan B. We put a lot of stuff in storage just in case we had to come back. We didn't want to have to buy a house full of furniture again and all that good stuff. So now we found ourselves with a storage unit full of crap that we ain't never gonna use again. So we gotta come back and get rid of that stuff, sell it, donate it, and then save some of it. Some of it we do want, mementos, heirlooms. I have my MacBook here. I would like my Mac. This is my wife enjoys. Look, I just saw her. But anyway, stuff like that. And just recently, I saw on Facebook, my homies got together from a neighborhood and had the annual summer block party. And, there was a little bit of that FOMO looking at those pictures, but when I look out my window, that shit goes away. What can I say? Yes. So every place that we've lived in here has been fully furnished. And there's levels to that. Two of the places included dishware, silverware, glasses, cookware, coffee machines, grills, stuff like that. One of the places was a little subpar. The place that we just left was subpar. We didn't provide any cookware. We had to buy that stuff. We left it there for the next tenant though, because we know the difference, and we didn't need it. So. But yes, most places here come fully furnished. You can even buy places fully furnished. You're not going to need much. You're just going to need your clothing, and I brought my Xbox. Yeah, that's it. What I missed. That's it on the furnished places. Folks, thank you so much for your continued support. We really appreciate it. Can't say enough about that. If you are looking to come to Panama in the near future, please reach out to me, and let's get together for one of those one-on-one sessions so that I can help you out, help you have a soft landing, just like we were able to get a soft landing. Definitely want to make sure that's available for people. I'm on Instagram, and also let me put my Facebook. This is my name. William Easley. Big Will is William Easley. So you can look me up, find me, connect with me, send me messages, and let me know that you're trying to get with me. I'll try to get to them as soon as possible. Do realize people are reaching at me at multiple channels, and now that I'm getting to the end of this, I got stuff to do. I got to get a flat tire repaired. Had to deal with that last week. So normal life does happen to us, no doubt. No doubt. But hopefully everyone's enjoyed this view of the Cinta Costera. Oh, I know. In the last couple of minutes, if you have any ideas for things that you really want to see in one of these live streams, you want to see somebody walk the canal, or how about go grocery shopping or something mundane? You want to see what the malls look like here? Shoot me your ideas. Let me know what you want to see. All right, folks. I want this to be a community sharing ideas. I want to make sure I'm providing what people need to see. Oh, there you go. Press the button across. I wanted to make sure y'all saw that. It's nice and safe. I love this view right here. I'm always like, look at all the cars and the hustle and bustle of folks passing by. Hey, Sonia. She feels like she's safe walking with her mask on. That's my boo. Donata, everyone, thank you so much for the love. I really, really appreciate it. And with that, I will say ciao, hasta luego.